lots of collected works by Rudyard Kipling. Well, lots of collected works. A number of collected works anyway. I'll probably talk about some of the, talk about doing some of these on their own, but for now I'll just do the set that I just picked up recently at a book fair. So we have a number of these Kipling works. So I'll just take out one of them and show you so that you can get a gist of them. They vary from stories to sets of poetry. Kipling did, of course, stories that we all know, like Jungle Book and Kim and Just So stories and things, or maybe we don't all know, but I knew. I grew up with those kind of things. But he also had all kinds of different poems and other kinds of stories. So we'll pick one more or less at random and have a look at it. You can see that these have varying degrees of wear and tear on them. These were printed in the 20s. So we'll pick one that has I said random, but then we'll pick one with a little bit less wear and tear. The first thing you'll notice, probably, if you're like me, is this little symbol right here. And it's on the spine as well. So before that symbol, or one similar to it, was co-opted by the evil, bloodthirsty people that we are all thinking of, it was and remains today a symbol of good fortune for in Hinduism. And Kipling spent a lot of time in India, and he adopted that symbol for his books. Now, once the Nazis, I was going to try not to even say the word. Anyway, once they adopted the symbol, he asked that his books stop using that symbol. But as I say, these were all printed in the 20s, this one being 1925. And so it was before the Nazis really were, took that symbol for their own. So, okay, so this one here is a set of short stories. Let's see if we can get to a table of contents there. So these are all short stories. And they all have this, I think it's pretty nice big, get that shadow out of there, nice big font, very easy to read. The margins are minimal, but it's a small book. It's just a little bitty. These have a very holdable, very sort of put it in your pocketable. These are really, really small. Let's have a look at the spine here. It's got that decoration. And in the back. These were all printed, I said, in the 20s, but they're not all 25. There's like some were printed in 1925, some were printed in 26, 27, but all around that time. And as I say, include short stories. Some of them are his poems. He has some famous poems. Gunga Din is famous, and that's among this set as well. So I'll, as I read through these, and I haven't read any of the stories yet, I only just picked it up. I've read through some of the poems, and as I read through them, I might start doing videos of the books individually as I read them, or as I want to talk about them, whether I read them or not. But for the moment, this is just one for the whole set. As I say, I just picked it up at a book fair at a very sweet little price. Okay, so that is a bunch, and I think that, so the guy who sold it to me said that I was just a little bit late because someone had picked up a couple of them. Like there were maybe 4 or 5 or 6 more that I wasn't able to get. And that's okay with me. I don't really care. I don't need the whole collection, but I was very happy to get a bunch of Kipling for cheap. So, okay, that's it. It's a sum of Kipling's collected works.